Hi, this is Lakshmi Chaudhry, founder and editor of Splainer.in and the host of What the Fuck Happened Here. Today we look at the historic moment for India at the Cannes Film Festival, which is also reckoning with a different kind of Me Too movement. We're a little weirded out about OpenAI's human-sounding chatbot and delighted by the stunning architecture of an arts hub in Rajasthan. And since it's our Friday edition, we have loads of useful recommendations, what to watch this weekend in theatres and on streaming, and also at the beach. Yup, we got 100% no paisa or influencer involved shopping records. The iconic Cannes Film Festival opened earlier this week. There's good news and sort of bad news, and all of it about women. This is an especially good year for India. After 30 long years, an Indian film has been chosen to compete for the top prize, Palme d'Or. The last Indian film to compete in this category was the Malayalam film Swaham in 1994. And Chetan Anand's Neja Nagar is the only Indian film to have bagged the prize in 1946. So yeah, this is a really big deal. The movie is called All We Imagine Is Light, directed by Payal Kapadia. She's no stranger to Cannes. Her documentary, A Night of Knowing Nothing, was a prize-winning entry in 2021, though in a different category. This movie is about two Malayali nurses navigating life in Mumbai. The older one receives a gift from her ex-husband that throws her off balance, while the other is wrestling with romance in a city that has no space for lovers. In other words, women coming together and coming into their own. Good stuff. We're also excited about Sandhya Suri's debut feature film, Santosh, which has been selected for the indie category Un Certain Regard. In this BBC-backed flick, Shahana Goswami plays a widow who takes her husband's job as a constable after he dies. The first case on her desk, a brutal rape and murder in the bad lands of North India. Now moving on to the sort of bad bit. This year's festival is unfolding in the midst of a burgeoning Me Too movement in France. And the issue may soon grab all the attention thanks to one brave actor, Judith Godrèche. She got her break in the movies at the age of 14 and began living with her 40-year-old director, Benoit Jacquot, barely a year later. She said nothing until recently when she caught a documentary where Jacquot spoke of his quote-unquote transgression. Godrèche has filed charges against Jacquot for rape of a minor and another actor-director, Jacques Doyon, who demanded 45 takes for a sex scene with her. The title of that movie, The 15-Year-Old Girl. Cannes will screen Godrèche's short film titled Moi aussi, which means Me Too. It's inspired by the 6,000 stories of abuse that were shared with her after she went public. Also roiling Cannes waters, rumors of an explosive list of 10 A-list men that may be published right in the middle of the festival. If you need convincing that France has a serious problem, check out Cannes Mayor David Lisnard, who compared sexual harassment cases to being investigated by the Stasi, as in the East German version of the KGB. Wow. Earlier this week, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman promised to unveil a product that will be magical. Magic and AI in the same sentence, well, you can just imagine the level of insane buzz. So what did we get come Monday? A chatbot called GPT-4o, where O stands for Omni, which means it can function across text, audio, and video. It's like a near-human, super smart Siri, and it sounds like Scarlett Johansson in that movie Her. You know, the one where Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with his AI assistant voiced by Scarlett. And with a personality that some media pubs are calling quote-unquote dynamic, friendly, and arguably flirty. It's kind of like that. First off, of course, it's a woman. Duh, after all, it's an assistant. Also, we can see that OpenAI is going for a voice that can reflect emotion, get excited, laugh, etc., etc. Except it still sounds like a human pretending to get excited, laugh, etc., etc. And yet, some predict that some users are going to do a Joaquin and fall in love with her, which would be all kinds of sad and kind of alarming. But we don't mean to diss OpenAI. All of this is terribly impressive, especially the Sal Khan demo video. If a free chatbot can tutor the Khan Academy founder's kid, it's an early Diwali for all Indian parents. Yup, the damn thing is free as well. In our daily edition, we often include intriguing or curious facts for our readers. Cool, weird, interesting things to remind you that we live in a cool, weird, interesting world. We plan to do the same with all of you. The one today is about architecture. Let's be real, modern Indian architecture is either nostalgic, recreating glories of our palatial past, or just plain ugly. That's why we are delighted by this gorgeous arts hub in the village of Nokha in Rajasthan. The Nokha Village Community Centre was designed by Sanjay Puri architects in the middle of the desert. The spiraling shape is inspired by sand dunes, which is actually very practical. It offers 5 times the usable space of the rectangular version. The building itself occupies just 9,000 square feet, but there's an awesome 27,000 square foot open auditorium plus rooftop gardens. But here's what we love most about the Nokha wonder. Despite temperatures between 35 degrees and 40 degrees centigrade, for at least 8 months of the year, the building stays cool because of its clever design. That's very handy in an era of global warming. Also, just look at those gorgeous windows. Every Friday, we offer you an early peek at our weekend edition of Splainer, which drops on Saturday morning. It's filled with recommendations of where to go, what to listen to, and buying guides too. This week, we've got brilliant picks for swimwear for both men and women, perfect for when you're headed to the pool. Something you should know before we get started. These picks are sent in by super smart Splainer subscribers based on their personal experience. No one makes any referral money on this, so this is as authentic as it gets. First up, Studio Veranda. The homegrown brand was founded by Anjali Patel Mehta and offers insanely gorgeous pieces that use artisanal fabrics, illustrated prints, and fine embroideries. This is sustainable and very expensive resort wear at its best. The cheapest swimsuit starts at $150. That's about 12,000 rupees. So this is luxury with a capital L. Next is a summer house. Think simple, elegant designs and solid colors. This is a reliable and environmentally conscious choice because their swimsuits are created from fabric made with recycled fishing nets. We were impressed with the 3 chic designs, whether it's their bikini or the classic one piece. The starting price of a summer house swimsuit is 3,300 rupees, so a little more affordable. For the gentlemen, we have Ray and I. Their swimwear boasts great cuts, fits, and features artwork from local artists. The Tangier swim shorts are a great choice, and we love that you can pick up father-son matching sets. These are a great choice whether you like low-key solids or a bit of whimsy in your beach wardrobe. The starting price for a pair of trunks is 2,500 rupees. So of course, the men's stuff is always cheapest. Links to all these brands are in the description. By the way, if you have a go-to swimwear brand, do share your own reccos in the comments below. As always, we leave you with our recommendations of what to watch over the weekend. So here's what the Splainer team is looking forward to in the theatres or streaming. First up, Bridgerton Season 3. The most anticipated fictional Shadi season has finally arrived. We are not going to rehash its premise because if you haven't heard of it yet, then you're not the target demo. But for fans and hate watchers, this is a huge, huge event. This season will focus on the romance between the third Bridgerton son, Colin, and their neighbour, Penelope Featherington, who's also the anonymous gossip columnist, Lady Whistledown. The first 4 episodes dropped on Netflix on Thursday. Next we have The Big Cigar. This mini-series is about the Black Panthers leader Huey P. Newton, who escaped to Cuba by pretending to star in a fake movie called The Big Cigar. Yes, it sounds like Argo, except in reverse. Those were US Embassy folks trying to escape from Iran. This one is about a legendary black leader trying to escape from America. The wonderful Andre Holland plays the lead, and that's always a bonus. We think it promises a perfect mix of comedy, action, and drama. The first 2 episodes are already streaming on Apple TV+. Last not least, we have If, a fantasy flick directed by John Krasinski of A Quiet Place fame. This is not a horror flick, but a coming-of-age movie of a 12-year-old girl. IF stands for Imaginary Friends of Bear, like Blossom, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and a lovable furry giant Blue, voiced by Carell. He's actually purple, but was named by a blind child. The star cast also includes Ryan Reynolds and Emily Blunt. We should warn you, despite the promising premise and cast, some reviewers are saying it tries way too hard. Our take, we need something to fill the Toy Story-shaped hole in our heart. So we'll be looking for it in the theatres this weekend. That's all for now. Tune in for the next edition of our show on Tuesday. We're now doing this twice a week, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. And if you miss us in between, grab a free 1-month subscription to Splainer. We'll totally change the way you see news. We promise. The link is in the description. I'll see you Tuesday.